On vaccine mandates here in the Lone Star State, we have the details on the governor's new executive order and why he says he made this decision.
Plus, Morgan's Wonderland camp officially opening today, and we're getting a first look at the facility. Just ahead, details on what this camp will offer.
Heavy rain's going to become an issue by Wednesday into Thursday. Flash flood watches are in effect. We have the latest for you coming up.
Live from KSAT 12. The news at noon starts right now.
First at noon, fear turning into frustration for a family who was caught in the middle of a deadly encounter involving San Antonio police and a driver. Police say that wanted man actually shot himself after leading police and others on a chase.
That situation ended with a car crashing into a family's Southside home near Interstate 35 and Sims. Katrina Weber reports it also left them wondering, what do they do next?
Early daylight revealed signs of a destructive night. Damage to a family's home in the 200 block of Sims. It happened after 10:30 last night when a car plowed through a neighbor's yard, then crashed right into it.
The car knocked over the fence. It ran into the porch, and the porch, I guess from the impact, broke the window to her bedroom.
Maricela Guevara rushed over to help her daughter who lives here, but found the scene even more frightening than she imagined. She says San Antonio police were surrounding the crashed car and yelling at the driver.
They had their guns drawn without him, and they were calling him by his name, telling him to get out.
Guevara says police meanwhile told her daughter to leave her home but wouldn't say anything else. This morning, they all were still in the dark.
It is very frustrating, especially last night when we came by and they wouldn't let us come over. My daughter was kind of in a panic mode.
To say that Guevara and her family have a lot of questions may be an understatement, but one of the ones that is at the forefront of their minds is how all this damage will be repaired. It took nearly 11 hours after her family's scare for police to share any information, even with us. They say the driver of that car was a wanted man who had gone from San Antonio to Seguin and back in an effort to get away. They say the chase ended with him crashing, then shooting and killing himself in the car. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Now to the latest here in Texas. A new executive order from Governor Greg Abbott banning any entity across the state from enforcing a vaccine mandate. That even includes private employers, private entities. Now, the order says vaccinations cannot be forced on anyone who objects, quote, for any reason or personal conscience based on religious belief or for medical reasons, including prior recovery from COVID-19, end quote. Now, Governor Abbott said in a statement the vaccine is safe, effective, and our best defense against the virus, but it should be voluntary.
Southside Mission Trail Baptist Hospital needs more healthcare workers, so it's offering a sign-on bonus. It's as high as $25,000. The hospital's hiring event happening until 2 this afternoon at 3333 Research Plaza. That's in the Brooks City Base area. They're seeking registered nurses, respiratory therapists, and lab techs, just to name a few. Newly graduated RNs can also get that sign-on bonus of up to $10,000 with tuition repayment. We have more information posted on our website, KSAT.com.
Meanwhile, the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center needs more blood donations, especially type O blood. Right now, there is only a one-day supply of type O, which is an increased need as blood is used for emergencies and for local cancer patients. If you'd like to donate, there is a blood drive happening right now at San Antonio College Christian Student Center until 2 p.m. Thursday, there will be another one at Morgan's Wonderland from noon until 5 p.m. You can sign up by visiting southtexasblood.org/blood drives.
Making headlines this afternoon, the U.S. Navy engineer and his school teacher wife, who were allegedly caught in a submarine plot to sell critical secrets, will now face a federal judge today.
That's right. ABC's Faith Abube has details on how the FBI says the couple tried to sell U.S. secrets to a foreign country using, among other things, a peanut butter sandwich.
Right now, federal prosecutors asking a judge to keep Jonathan Toby and his wife Diana behind bars while they face charges of betraying their country and trying to sell critical secrets to a foreign government. According to court documents, the Navy engineer with top secret clearance developed an elaborate plan with his wife, a Maryland schoolteacher, at least as far back as April 2020. The two allegedly offering to sell restricted information about the highly sophisticated design of the Virginia-class nuclear-powered submarine, which cost $3 billion to an unnamed foreign government, even instructing the recipient of their first contact in writing to please forward this letter to your military intelligence agency. This is not a hoax.
It's some of the most closely held technology and the deepest secrets that the U.S. government has.
Prosecutors say Toby and his wife used unorthodox methods like hiding secret data inside a peanut butter sandwich, a Band-Aid wrapper, and in another case, a pack of gum. And then Diana allegedly acted as a lookout while they dropped the stolen data off at prearranged locations in West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. They allegedly received $100,000 in cryptocurrency payments from the FBI. What they did not know, according to court documents, was that the foreign military officer they thought they were communicating with was actually an FBI agent. The undisclosed foreign nation alerted U.S. agents who arrested the couple after several exchanges. The couple's Maryland neighbors say they're disturbed by the allegations.
I was shocked, very shocked, disappointed that someone would betray the country. Very disappointed.
And the FBI says it has reason to believe the Tobys might flee if they are released on bond. They say the couple had passports and an escape plan ready to go. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Back here at home, we now know the 2021 lineup of featured artists for the iconic Luminaria Contemporary Arts Festival. The free festival showcasing live music, large-scale art installations, dancing, and much more is happening on November 13th. It's from 6 p.m. to midnight at Hemisphere Park, the Henry B. Convention Center, and the Riverwalk. Attendees will witness works of art that were postponed because of or created during the pandemic. The artists are eager to turn downtown San Antonio into a place of dreams and imagination for one magical night again.
More than anything, arte. Arte es vida. Art is life. The expression of it, the sharing of it. And so in the sharing of it, events, Luminaria as an event allows us and creates that sacred creative space.
It is a beautiful event, especially at night when everything gets lit up. We're going to have more information posted about the event as it gets closer on our website, KSAT.com.
What is a fully inclusive camp for people of all ages and all abilities? Morgan's Wonderland Camp officially opens today. We are getting a first look of the new facility. Tiffany Huertas gives us that inside look.
From photography, swimming, basketball, and even horseback riding, there are many activities here at Morgan's Wonderland Camp. The camp is a 102-acre recreational oasis for those with and without special needs. It's located near the intersection of Balverde and Evans Road. The camp offers summer camp type experiences for up to 500 campers and staff at a time.
The reason we're building it or have built it is because there's a great need for these type of camps.
There is also a nature center, an archery range, and there will be round-the-clock medical assistance. People attending the camp will be coming from all over the country. Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Still ahead on your news at noon, Sam's Club going to offer wine delivery for its members.
Plus the biggest and brightest under the Friday night lights, another top-tier Texas matchup. We have everything you need to know.
And a unique way of carving pumpkins. Coming up after the break, we're going to take a look at the crew at Sea Life San Antonio as it goes underwater.
Welcome back. Halloween right around the corner. Legoland Discovery Center and Sea Life San Antonio. They are celebrating Halloween in a unique way. These festivities happening all throughout October.
And that includes an underwater pumpkin patch scavenger hunt. Organizers tell us the crew will be inside the fish tanks, carving real pumpkins throughout the month. These carvings are live, so people will see it happen during their visit. But the best part is that all that pumpkin guts, they're good and tasty for the fish, so you don't need to worry about that.
A lot of good vitamins and fiber in pumpkins, just like the seaweeds that those fish eat. So the fish that are going to eat the pumpkins are going to be the ones that would eat seaweed and kelp in nature, and pumpkin's a very similar item.
And Nick at Sea Life says that the pumpkins are carved. Once they're carved, they're going to be on display for the guests to check out. There are plenty of other things you could check out as well while you're there, including a 50-foot long tunnel aquarium.
Oh, you know, it kind of feels like an aquarium outside this morning. Seeing a lot of rain, a lot of wet areas. Justin, is this rain going to go away?
Good transition, Max. I like that. Yes, the rain's not going to go away for a couple days. In fact, it's only going to pick up. We're going to see some bouts of heavy rain, I'm afraid, as we move into Wednesday and Thursday. The aquifer did rebound a little bit today. It's up 0.2 of a foot to 659.1, I should say. And then your pollen count, molds are moderate, ragweed is moderate, fall elm is low, 600, 100, and down to 20 there with the actually should be pigweed, not fall elm, but it's in the low category. We're going to talk about the rain chances. They do pick up, some tropical moisture moving in here, the latest just ahead.
Welcome back. 12:15 this afternoon. We are really in the thick of October. Halloween right around the corner. It's starting to feel like it outside, too.
And all of our Halloween decorations. I hope they're waterproof because
Is it starting to feel like October? I don't know that it is. I think we want some crisp, cool air.
Okay. Are we going to get it?
We're due.
This weekend.
Okay.
This weekend. Today is just, I mean, it's so humid out there. It really is incredible to see the increase in humidity from last night to where we are now. Dew points have jumped up 20 to 30 degrees. That's just a huge influx of moisture, and that is causing some concern next couple days for when we get into the threat for some heavy rain. These are going to be really efficient rain producers. Let's first start with the radar. We had a busy morning and quite a bit of rain on the roads this morning. It was slick, it was wet, still a little bit damp out there, and we still do have some showers. Even here around Bexar County, we've seen some returns here on the radar. Most of these showers and little downpours are short-lived, but they will cause you to use the windshield wipers for a brief period here. Seeing one little cell there around Selma. No lightning with these, so this is just rain. Some additional development out near Luling. One little lightning strike there as you get up into Blanco County. We'll see some of these off and on showers. And I think as we get into the afternoon, we'll see a little bit of a lull in the action. Then we'll watch what happens, what transpires out to the west tonight to see if more showers and storms may work their way into the area by tomorrow morning. Forecast for the rest of today, we will put in a 30% chance of rain. We should see a little bit of sun this afternoon, boosting temperatures into the upper 80s and a good southerly wind, which continues to pump in that moisture. Outside right now, 80 degrees, still reporting a little bit of light rain at the airport. Southerly winds at 14, and look at the dew point, 75. Consider we were in the 50s yesterday when we were talking about dew points. There is some clearing down to the south across southern parts of Bexar County. The sun is starting to pop out, so I think we'll see some sun here soon around the airport. 82 Randolph, 83 in Seguin, 75 right now at Bernie Stage, cloudy there. And then the upper 80s around Carrizo Springs and Cotulla with mostly cloudy skies. I mentioned the dew points. This is definitely in the muggy to oppressive category everywhere you go. We had some dew points in the 80s earlier, which is as thick of humidity as you can get around here. This humidity is spreading north. Warm front is lifted north, so most of Texas is starting to see some of this deep moisture. This is from the Gulf. We're going to add even more moisture to that from the Pacific, so it just kind of shows you where we're headed here. High pressure in the upper levels out in the Gulf of Mexico. We've got a trough out west. Squeeze play at work here, and this is just ushering in now humidity and moisture from the Pacific, where we have a hurricane. Hurricane Pamela, Category 1 storm, became a hurricane this morning, and winds are at 80 miles per hour, gusting to 100. Latest track with this system takes it onshore by tomorrow morning, Category 1 storm, and then races it northeast towards Texas. All of that moisture will surge in here Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Good news is that it will be moving pretty quickly. Bad news is I think we're going to get some pretty heavy rainmakers as it does. This is midnight tonight, starting to see more showers and storms developing and coming in from the west. Another little pocket of rain potentially by tomorrow morning, so the morning commute could be wet again. And then as we get into Wednesday night, Here comes that next slug of moisture from the Pacific, what's left of Pamela, and this is where we could see some really heavy rain, especially across the hill country. That moves through, and by Thursday afternoon, that's moving out. As far as rainfall goes, potentially 3 to 5 inches, maybe 1 inch to 2 inches here around San Antonio. There will be some pockets of higher numbers, and there could be some flooding. Flash flood watches are in effect starting overnight tonight out west and tomorrow morning here around San Antonio in the I-35 corridor. The extended forecast, 88 tomorrow, 50% chance of rain. That's after 40% chance of rain tonight, 70% chance Wednesday night into Thursday. Some clearing Thursday afternoon. Another small chance of rain with a front Friday. Turns windy and cooler this weekend, 70s, lows in the 40s by Sunday morning.
Wow, what a week of weather.
Very busy.
Thank you, Justin.
Well, we are in October with the weather. There's also a lot of changes in the playoffs. We got playoff baseball, what you need to know in the latest journey to win a ring. Plus, Spurs regular season tipping off in just 8 days. Here's the thing, a former first-round pick no longer part of the squad. Big moves to tell you about. All right, there is just one preseason game left for the Spurs. It is this Friday, but they are making a major move. They actually cut a former first-round pick, Luka Samanic, after just 2 years of suiting up for not only San Antonio Spurs, but also the Austin Spurs. So Samanic from Croatia, the 19th pick overall in the 2019 draft. Just goes to show you how much the Spurs didn't like his progress or his play in the preseason. But waiving him now does give this 21-year-old a chance to suit up for another team in the NBA before the regular season tips off. Luka played in 36 games for the Silver and Black. He only averaged 3.8 points, 2.2 rebounds, almost 10 minutes a game, 9.9. But for the Austin Spurs, he was over 16 points and 8 boards in 39 games. So, like we talked about, just one preseason game left for the Spurs, taking on the Houston Rockets, a young Houston Rockets team. That game set here at home, 7:30 this Friday at the AT&T Center. But while we're talking NBA, now to some breaking news in the league. Brooklyn Nets general manager says Kyrie Irving will not practice or play with the Brooklyn Nets until he is eligible to become a full participant under the team's local New York COVID vaccination requirements. Important to note, New York City's COVID vaccine mandate requires a person to have proof of at least one COVID vaccine shot to enter indoor gyms. That includes Barclays Center, the home of the Nets, and it also includes Madison Square Garden, the home of the Knicks. The Nets are prevented by law from revealing whether Irving has been vaccinated, but the team's statement, a clear indication he has not yet met New York's vaccination requirement.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law.
All right, it has been the talk of the morning. Former Super Bowl winning coach Jon Gruden out as head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders after racist, homophobic, and misogynistic comments were found in his former emails. Jon Gruden abruptly resigning as head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders after a bombshell New York Times report revealed that he repeatedly used inappropriate language in several of his previous emails while working for ESPN. Gruden reportedly called NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell a homophobic slur. One of Gruden's players, Carl Nassib, is actually the first openly gay active player in NFL history. But Gruden's past emails were already in the spotlight. The Wall Street Journal reporting that Gruden used a racist trope to describe NFL Players Association Executive Director DeMaurice Smith back in 2011.
Probably that is the end to what at one point was a storied NFL career as a Super Bowl winning coach, a famed Monday Night Football broadcaster, the man that led the Raiders into Las Vegas, a great football career ending in this way.
And like Adam Schefter was saying, Gruden, who won a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers in 2003, was one of the highest paid coaches in the NFL. Remember, back in 2018, he signed a 10-year, $100 million contract with the Vegas Raiders. All right, well, back here at home, we have some top-tier Texas high school football to talk about. The big game in our big game coverage, a showdown between the Titans of Southwest Legacy and the Dragons of Southwest High School to decide who takes over the lead in District 14 5A Division I. Both undefeated in the district, with the Titans 5-1 overall, 2-0 in the district. Wins over Medina Valley, Burbank, Del Rio, Laredo Martin, and Eagle Pass win with their only loss to Floresville in Week 3 barn burner 44-41. But for the Dragons, they dropped their first 2 games of the season against Central Catholic and Floresville. Then they reeled off 5 straight wins. We're talking South San, Medina Valley, Rio Grande City, and back-to-back shutouts. We got Laredo and Southside. Now it all comes down to the Dragon Den on Friday night.
We grew up with them ever since we were 6th graders and stuff, so I think this is a big game for our community because it just shows us that everybody sees us as the little sister, but I mean the last 2 years we're what, 2-0 against those guys?
It's a rival game. There's just many things that could happen, and they're going to be their best game, we're going to be in ours, so it's going to be a very exciting game.
They're a good team. I mean, they've always been physical, but I mean, we just got to go out there and do our part.
We lost 2 in the beginning of the year, now we're winning 5 straight. I mean, it's good to go in district, trying to win a district title with 3 straight district wins.
Huge battle, Titans and Dragons kicking off 7 p.m. this Friday. All right, after getting run out of Chicago in Game 3 of the ALDS 12-6, the Astros, they're supposed to get a chance to close out the best-of-5 series yesterday, but because of Justin Horn and the weather, sorry, Justin, Game 4 against the White Sox postponed until today, 1:07 p.m. exact, with Houston up 2-1. So we are in the thick of October, the thick of the weather, and the thick of playoff baseball.
Did you just throw our meteorologist under the bus?
Look, I give him all the shine and all the credit when we got great weather, so I got to, rough him up a little bit when we get bad weather.
Oh, okay. Can't take it. All right. Coming up. In the next half hour, making sure that your child gets a good night's rest. Why health experts say they should be tested for sleep apnea if they snore.
Plus, we are following the latest when it comes to the Gabby Petito case, what investigators expect to find out and reveal later today.
We begin this half hour with the latest involving abortion in Texas. The Biden administration urging courts to step up and suspend the law as clinics in Oklahoma and Louisiana are overwhelmed with patients. The law known as the Heartbeat Bill is the toughest abortion restriction in the U.S., making abortions where a fetal heartbeat is detected illegal. That's usually at 6 weeks before some women even know they're pregnant. A federal judge halted the law for a brief 48-hour window last week, but it was reinstated after Texas quickly appealed.
Now to the latest in the Gabby Petito case, we should learn more about how Petito died. The coroner in Teton County, Wyoming, expected to hold a news conference in just about an hour. According to a release, Dr. Brent Blue will announce the result of Petito's autopsy and then hold a brief question and answer session. The FBI says Petito's remains were recovered September 19th in Wyoming, near where she was last seen with her fiance, Brian Laundrie. The FBI says a preliminary autopsy ruled the death a homicide. Meanwhile, authorities are still searching for Brian Laundrie.
Now to that deadly plane crash in Santee, California, just outside of San Diego. 2 people are dead, 2 others in the hospital. ABC's Rita Roy with the latest on this air crash that happened in a residential neighborhood.
A plane hit. Oh my God.
Thick smoke and massive flames shooting into the air.
Is anybody home? Is anybody inside?
After a twin-engine plane crashed in this neighborhood in Santee, California Monday, completely engulfing this home with a couple inside.
It was literally like an airplane, like from the movies, when you hear it goes like, and then you can hear it like banking, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom.
Neighbors coming to their rescue, pulling a woman out of this window, then tearing down the fence to help her husband to safety.
Her arms were burnt, her hair was kind of singed. The fire was just getting bigger and bigger, and the smoke was just super dark red. You couldn't see through it.
Before skidding into homes, the plane slammed into a UPS truck.
Looks like 2 houses on fire right now and a UPS truck.
Air traffic control capturing the moments it began to go down.
Okay, it looks like you're descending, sir. I need to make sure you are climbing, not descending.
The impact killing 2 people, including the driver of that UPS truck.
That driver has been our neighborhood driver for years. Like, everybody knows him. He's been a part of our community. And when I saw his truck, that's what hurt the most. If he was in there, there's no way he made it.
All of this just blocks from a high school.
And everyone in the class was like, what was that? Everyone was freaking out. We had no clue what was going on.
An Arizona cardiologist was also killed. The Yuma Regional Medical Center saying Dr. Sugata Das owned the plane and that he was flying to San Diego. His colleagues describe him as a dedicated family man. Investigators are now working to figure out what caused him to crash. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And Kim Jong-un says North Korea's weapons program is not meant to start a war with anyone. It is meant to prevent one. According to North Korean state media, the North Korean leader cited hostile policies from the United States and a military buildup in South Korea. Now, Kim made the speech standing next to a variety of weapons and missiles in the country's defense development exhibition. Analysts say North Korea appears to be pushing ahead with its missile program and has started expanding its main nuclear reactor to make fuel for nuclear weapons.
A European court ruling that the Vatican cannot be sued at a local court for sexual abuse committed by Catholic priests. The European Court of Human Rights says the misconduct of priests and their superiors cannot be attributed to the Vatican. The court, in fact, dismissed the case brought by 24 people who said they were victims of abusive priests in Belgium. They argued the Holy See was liable due to the structurally deficient way the Catholic hierarchy covered up cases of priests who raped and molested children for decades. Belgian courts, though, ruled there was no jurisdiction given the Vatican's immunity as a sovereign state.
Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen is set to meet with the social media giant's oversight board in the coming weeks. Haugen set off a firestorm recently after leaking tens of thousands of pages of documents to lawmakers and the Wall Street Journal. Now, her message, backed up by the documents, was that Facebook repeatedly prioritized profits over the public will and public goodwill. Now, Facebook pushed back against accusations and says that the company actually devotes ample resources to combating harmful content.
Looking outside with live cam, it's drippy out there. If it's not raining where you are, it feels like it just did.
It's kind of a shock to the system, considering how dry it was yesterday to walk outside. It's like just walking into a sauna. As humid as it is out there, we'll continue to see humidity throughout the rest of today. Maybe some sun too, so that's just going to add to that heat and humidity factor. Let's go to the radar. We do still have some showers, especially as you get out towards Gonzales and Luling. Still seeing some activity there. Could see a couple thunderstorms today, although the rain, at least the heavy rain, will be few and far between. A little closer look here at Bexar County. Still seeing a couple of light returns there, especially on the northern side of the county. And most everything's moving north and northeast. And I mentioned some of those heavier cells out near Gonzales and Luling, picking up some decent rain there in western parts of Gonzales County. Temperature-wise, in the 80s, and you'll see that we are starting to see some sun there around Floresville and Pleasanton, and that has boosted the temperature to 88 in Pleasanton. We should start to see some sun here soon in San Antonio, and that will allow temperatures to jump into the upper 80s, I think, this afternoon. As far as the flooding potential goes, that's probably going to hold off until later tonight into tomorrow, and especially Wednesday night into Thursday. Flash flood watches have been posted, though, especially along I-35 and points west. The flash flood watch out west starts at 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. Here in San Antonio, our flash flood watch gets underway 7 a.m. tomorrow. Forecast for today calls for a 30% chance of rain, 88 our high temperature, southerly winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. Making sure your children are getting a good night's rest is key to avoiding potential health problems later down the road. With more, here's ABC's Elizabeth Schulze.
Doctors say sleeping less than 5 hours a night increases a teen's risk of high blood pressure, obesity, and heart disease. One cause of poor sleep quality is obstructive sleep apnea. Health experts say children and teens who snore, gasp, or snort while sleeping should be tested for obstructive sleep apnea. Ways to treat short sleep time, inefficient sleep, and obstructive sleep apnea include behavioral, medical, and surgical options. Consistent and earlier bedtimes for children have been linked to improved sleep quality. And doctors say later school start times after 8:30 a.m. for middle and high school students may help improve sleep quality and lower children's risk for heart disease and obesity. With this Medical Minute, I'm Elizabeth Schulze.
If you are worried about taking your kids trick-or-treating this year, listen up. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the government's top infectious disease expert, is now saying it's safe. He also added people wanting to enjoy Halloween should consider getting the vaccine for an extra degree of protection if they are not yet vaccinated. One thing he is not encouraging, though, are those Halloween parties. The CDC has removed, by the way, the holiday guidance on its website because of confusion from previous guidelines they set. Dave Chappelle getting quite a bit of backlash following his latest Netflix special. What the streaming company is now saying in response to the transphobic jokes.
Plus, the author of the new Superman comic says he wants to reflect the experiences of many comic fans in the comic.
And Elon Musk takes to Twitter to poke a little fun at Jeff Bezos. We're going to have details on their verbal sparring next.
This is your daily tech and business briefing from Cheddar News. Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen says she's meeting with Facebook's oversight board in the coming weeks. The oversight board says it aims to gather information so it can push for more transparency and accountability on its platforms. Comes after Haugen urged lawmakers last week to regulate Facebook to prevent its algorithm from doing harm to the mental health of teenagers. Battery company ESS is now trading on the NYSE after making its debut via SPAC. ESS went public via SPAC with Acon S2 investment and is now trading under the ticker symbol GWH. The company aims to resolve the issues with renewable energy with its long-duration energy storage batteries made of iron, salt, and water. And Twitter is rolling out its new soft blocking feature that allows users to remove a follower from their followers list without that person knowing. It essentially blocks followers from seeing your content on your feed without blocking them, hence the name Soft Block. Those who've been soft blocked, though, can see your tweets on their timeline, can still DM you, and can follow you again. And that's your Cheddar News and Tech Update. I'm Jill Wagner from Cheddar Studios in Lower Manhattan.
Some more tech and business news. Elon Musk teasing Jeff Bezos because of their widening wealth gap. Musk tweeting the Amazon founder a second-place medal this week. Technically, Elon Musk, now the wealthiest man in the world. He has a net worth of just a measly $222 billion. Jeff Bezos follows behind, worth nearly $192 billion. The two companies Musk founded, Tesla and SpaceX, growing in value, and therefore so has his wealth.
Amazon shifting its approach on remote work again. Previously, the company planned to start requiring in January that corporate employees come to the office at least 3 times a week. Well, now it's giving its workers more control over how much time they spend at the office and opening the door to more corporate workers continuing to work from home.
Superman is set to come out as bisexual in an upcoming comic series. The 5th issue of the DC comic series follows John Kent, who is the child of Clark Kent and Lois Lane, as he becomes Earth's new Superman. In the comic, the Man of Steel enters into a relationship with a male reporter. The series writer says the evolution of this new Superman, keeping up with the values the character has always represented, and importantly, reflects the experience a lot of comic fans have.
Sam's Club now expanding its home delivery services. It is now offering a new wine delivery. The retail warehouse chain announcing that it's going to team up with the e-commerce company called Drinks. It'll begin offering its customers direct-to-home wine delivery in several states, including Texas. It's part of several plans the store has for the upcoming holiday shopping season. For now, the program will only be offered in 16 states, but like I said, in Texas too.
So if you don't want to deal with the muggy air out there, you don't want to deal with the rain, you can just sit at home, order a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Justin, that was your cue.
That does work. That is certainly an option. As we look outside, we've got cloudy skies, a little bit of dampness still. I mean, it is so humid out there. Temperatures today made it up to 82. I do think we get warmer. Sun will pop out. We'll see those temperatures jump up even more. Records are 99, set back in 1991. That's certainly safe. Record low is 41, set back in 1946, so widespread there. We will get some 40s, I think, in the forecast by the weekend. We'll take a look ahead coming up.
Netflix is defending Dave Chappelle's new comedy special after it was criticized as transphobic by some LGBTQ plus advocates. Chappelle's special, The Closer, debuted on Netflix last week. It included several minutes of jokes about trans people, criticizing cancel culture, and references his friendship with Daphne Dorman, who is a trans woman. and a fellow comedian who died by suicide back in 2019. In an email, Netflix said it does not allow titles on Netflix that are designed to incite hate or violence, and it doesn't believe the closure crosses that line. Chappelle says the special will be the last time he will comment on trans people or issues.
Well, after 38 wins, Matt Amodio's historic run on Jeopardy is now over. Yale doctoral student failed to answer the final Jeopardy clue correctly yesterday, came in third on the show, but don't worry, Ursula, he is still taking home more than $1.5 million in prize money. The new champion, Jonathan Fisher, an actor originally from Coral Gables.
All right. An actor beat the Yale doctoral.
Yeah, not something you hear every day. Justin, are you a big Jeopardy guy?
I do like Jeopardy.
I
don't get to watch it very often, but I do like it.
Yeah.
Can't answer the questions that well either. Not like those guys anyway. No. What we can answer, though, is that we are going to see a wet forecast this week. We had a lot of questions about just how much rain are we going to get, and we do think that the totals will be pretty hefty, especially across the hill country. Let's first go outside, and you can see we've got mostly cloudy skies. Sun is trying to pop out here in San Antonio. 82 degrees right now at the airport. 86 Stinson, 82 Kelly, 84 Randolph. And notice those winds, south and southeast. That is drawing in a ton of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. So dew points are well into the 70s in a lot of spots. We showed you this earlier. We're detecting some showers and even a few thunderstorms now just to the south and west of Gonzales. Those will work their way towards Gonzales and Highway 183 here over the next hour or so. So heads up there. Meantime, back over towards San Antonio. We've had a couple light returns, but I think our rain's really starting to wind down. We'll get a break during the afternoon. Still can't rule out a couple of showers here and there, but it's not going to be as widespread as what we were looking at this morning. A little closer look at some of the lingering, very light showers. They've all but gone away now as we head towards 1 o'clock. And I think that the skies will begin to clear a little bit too. So with that in mind, our forecast looks like this. Temperatures up around 88 degrees this afternoon. We'll still keep in a 30% chance of rain. And I think rain chances will come up a little bit overnight into early tomorrow morning. Temperatures are still in the 70s underneath the thicker clouds, burning stage up to comfort. But you're starting to see some upper 80s where the sun is popping out. 89 in Pleasanton, upper 80s Carrizo Springs and Cotulla, 84 in Gonzales with some of those showers and storms on your doorstep. In the dew point forecast, well, we know the dew points are high, right? If you've been outside today, it's pretty awful. But the dew points will stay high all the way through about midday Friday. Then our front comes through, and you're going to love the weekend forecast. It looks great. But before we get there, we've got to get through a rainy period. And we look at the setup. We've got high pressure in the Gulf of Mexico, trough out west, and that is pulling in a lot of moisture from the Pacific. And we've got a hurricane out there to boot. So that moisture is going to be coming in here and I think really helping to produce some pretty heavy rain. That hurricane is Pamela. It's a Category 1 storm, and it's going to strengthen maybe a little bit more before it makes landfall tomorrow morning. Right now, winds are at 80 miles per hour, gusting to 100. And the latest to track does take it towards the west coast of Mexico by Wednesday morning. And it will be a Category 1 storm. It'll weaken significantly as it crosses over the mountains of Mexico, but that moisture is still headed in our direction. It'll race towards Texas, and by Thursday morning, it'll be here. Here's what our Futurecast is showing, and this is just one computer model. They've had some issues with this whole pattern, but I think that by this afternoon and tonight, we can start to see a few more showers and storms popping up, and then we may get a complex of showers and storms coming out of Mexico tonight into early tomorrow morning. So that'll be the first round that we'll need to concern ourselves with, and that could mean a wet commute. Frontal boundary gets close to parts of the hill country tomorrow. That could help kick off a few showers and storms generally out to the north and west of San Antonio. But then that tropical moisture, what's left of Pamela, starts to work in late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. That's when we can see our really heavy rain, with everything tapering off by Thursday afternoon. Rainfall totals anywhere from 3 to 5 inches there in the hill country. San Antonio could see 1 to 2 inches potentially from all of this. And flash flood watches are in effect starting tomorrow, a little earlier out west, but starting tomorrow morning here in San Antonio. So we'll be watching for the threat of flash flooding. 40% chance of rain tonight, 50% chance tomorrow, 70% chance Wednesday night into Thursday. Very small chances our front comes through Friday. And then I mentioned the weekend, upper 70s, lows in the upper 40s Sunday morning. Sounds like a great weekend. It will be a little breezy on Saturday, guys.
All right. Justin Horn, thank you so much. Keeping you busy this week.
Still ahead on your news at noon, learning about traditional Day of the Dead ofrendas. Details on the significance behind these candles on the altar.
KSAT 12 presents another Day of the Dead story. Building the Ofrenda. Brought to you by Toyota.
Ofrenda means offering, and on November 1st, these altars welcome back our loved ones to the world of the living. They're built with many pieces and parts, and each of them has a specific purpose. Fire is one of nature's 4 elements, so candles are very important for any ofrenda. The glow of the candle is believed to help guide back the spirits to the world of the living. Placed along the altar's bottom level or entrance, they create a welcoming path for your loved one. More are usually placed around the altar to not only illuminate, but to honor the souls of the forgotten. Maybe a great tia that you never knew wants to pay you a visit. But don't burn the house down, so keep one of these around.
All right, it might be a little gloomy out there in San Antonio. If you can't stop the fun at SA Live.
Yeah, they're indoors cooking.
Oh, filling us up just in time for lunch is wood-fired bagels and sandwich food truck Wild Barley Kitchen and Brewery.
Yep, and Chef Mark Fogelsong is here, and it's all about the sourdough bread. We are getting this toasted up, making these great sandwiches, but the sourdough starts in that jar?
Starts with the mother. So this is a leaven that is as old as me. It's about a 36-year-old starter that my partner's aunt actually gave to him, and we've been managing it, keeping it alive, feeding it every day for about 7 years.
And that's what makes your bread and your bagels and everything else, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I can't wait to taste it. Speaking of which,
indulge in some conchas for a good cause through Conchas for a Cure with La Familia Cortez.
Ah, yes, indeed. We're going to be making some of those. All right, it is October. Halloween's 2 weeks away. Got to go to the pumpkin patch. We're going to tell you about some great pumpkin patches all around town, and
of course, add some fall colors to your patio or porch. We've got tips from the experts at Rainbow Gardens.